Welcome to my first ever series ranking video. Yes, I know I've done these before, but I didn't agree with all of them, pretty much none of them, and I wanted to restart doing them, so let's restart doing them. And this first one is not actually going to be one I've done before. This is going to be one that's a new movie franchise that I'm going to look at. Let's take a look at the Ron Turn flicks so far and see how you rank them. Number 6. Ron Turn 3, Left 4 Dead. Granted, this movie has tons of gore and good lighting, plus it is the most coherent with the first two movies because it actually follows the story from part 2 with 3 Finger and 3 Toes. However, the effects and makeup are bad, the pacing can be slow, and in the end, there really isn't one likable character. 2.5 out of 5. Number 5. Ron Turn 5, Bloodlines. This is the second prequel in the series. It loosely follows the event after part 4, but it still manages to have a quick pace and to be somewhat fun. There are mostly practical gore effects that are decent at most. The acting is bad and the characters are annoying and make stupid decisions throughout. That is not to say they're not likable, and when some of them die you kind of feel bad. There are a few good moments though, and it also has a kick-ass soundtrack, which is more than I can say about Ron Turn 3. 3 out of 5. Number 4. Ron Turn 6, Last Resort. It's tried. However, the story is perhaps too small, and they try to make a big deal about everything, and it didn't work for what they were trying to accomplish. On the plus side, there's some mildly decent gore, characters to get invested in, there are some cliche ones, and the setting and location are used to get some great shots of the wilderness and the surrounding area. I do hope the 7th installment follows up on this because I'd like to see what happens from here. 3.5 out of 5. Number 3. Ron Turn, the original. The one that started it all. It has good acting, enjoyable suspense, and the makeup is the best next to part 2's. This is one of the drier entries, the driest being part 6 and the gore department for this series. But there's not too much to complain about in this flick. You just have to sit back and go along for the ride. 4 out of 5. Number 2. Ron Turn 2, Dead End. This one definitely has the best gore and action, but I found it hard to root for somebody else besides Henry Rollins. I will say that it is sort of a shock who the two survivors turn out to be, or at least one of them, but that is mainly because you don't really know who to root for, which can work in movies and it sort of did here. Either way, it's a fun, gore-soaked thrill ride with an awesome musical score and is definitely a high point in the series. 4.5 out of 5. Number 1. Ron Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. So why do I think this is the best out of the 6 so far? If you take all the elements from the 1st, 2nd, and 5th, such as gore, suspense, action, and fun characters, and put them all in a blender, this would be what you get. It is probably the second goriest, and even though it mostly uses CGI for the gore, it doesn't look terrible. The snowy setting and the asylum are used superbly, and it also has a kick-ass soundtrack. I also gave a crap about all the characters. There are some deleted scenes that boost that aspect, which I really wish they kept in the movie. It's a disgusting, disturbing, fun time, and I really enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5. There's a tie between Ron Turn 2 and this one for me. I can never decide which one's my absolute favorite, but for now, this is my favorite. It can always shift. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below and to leave comments and subscribe.